Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thank you so much for picking me. If you have been around, thank you for sticking around. I hope everybody who's new will actually enjoy this video and get to subscribe at the end of the video and share, because I know this story is going to be interesting. So you have seen on the video title that I'm doing my first story time, and I'm trying to be as calm as I can so I can just summarize the story. So I decided I'm going to tell you guys a story about my first boyfriend, who is now my ex-boyfriend, of course, before we get things complicated. My ex-boyfriend, guys. So I was in I started dating when I was in high school, in grade 11, I think. Yeah, grade 11. So Ugai was actually my best friend's brother, so I met him through my best friend. So we dated no brother in grade 11. It was nice. So for the first day it was perfect, and then come grade 12, it was in matric, or end of grade 11. Yeah, end of grade 11, guy decides he wants to take things serious. He wanted to give me a promise ring. I don't know if you guys know about the promise ring, but yeah, there's something like that. Promise ring. Guy gives me a promise ring. I accept it. Okay, my family knows him. My his family, I mean, knows me. So kumnandimos, we are one. So okay then, so for the whole of my matric year, I was known as the girl who's engaged, because I don't know why they thought I was engaged, because, like, come on guys, who would get engaged on matric? I know it can happen, but that was not me. I wasn't planning on getting married very soon. So that was a promise ring. So throughout my matric year, I was known as the girl who's engaged in high school. So fast forward, I finished my matric. I decide I'm gonna come to Joburg, and he worked in Joburg. Yeah, it was a long distance relationship, so I was still back at home in Newcastle, and he stayed in Joburg. So I'd only see him if he came home, and fortunately he would come home almost every weekend. So yeah, and so after matric I moved to Joburg, and because I had no place to stay, and it was my first time actually leaving home. So my parents were not so comfortable about that. So they decide that I'm gonna come to Joburg, look for a school, or actually I don't know if you guys remember that I actually not that I sometime during your 2008 there was that advert, yeah, Cornerstone, when you want to do a call center course. Yeah, 8 weeks I think, and it was actually it sounded really really genuine. So I told my parents I'm gonna take a gap year and I'm gonna do that, because there was no university that accepted me for that year in 2008, because I applied very late. So I was forced to take a gap year, but I decided that I can't just stay at home and do nothing. So I came to Joburg, I did that course. I came with the best friend, guys. Remember, keep in mind there's a best friend with the brother that I'm dating. So I come to Joburg with the friend. We stay with the brother. We stay in the brother's house. I can't remember if my parents actually knew this. Yeah, did they? No, they did not. They did not know that we were staying in brother man's house. So we stayed there with the friend. It was great. So friend saw that I'm actually comfortable now. I'm sorted. I'm in school. So friend goes back home. So now I'm staying with brother man for 8 weeks till I finish my course, right? Yeah. So then it's all good. It's all good. We date. I finished my course. I think I stayed for a few weeks after that. Yeah, I stayed for a few weeks after that. So we date until I went back home. I was like, okay, I need to go back home now. I need to show them. I need to show my parents that I have my certificate, my call center certificate. So I left. I went home, and then the next year I got accepted to study in TUT. So that would mean that I stayed in campus. Sorry, and that was going to be my first year in university, and he stayed around in Joburg, not in Pretoria. Okay, cool. I study my first year. It was perfect. So on weekends, or actually on Fridays, because on Fridays I would either have one class or no class at all. So on Fridays I would actually leave and go visit him. I mean, come on now, we old. I was like 18. Was I 18 then? Yeah, I was 18. So I was like, ah, guys, I'm grown. I can actually go visit my boyfriend now. So if my parents called, I would actually tell them, go to how I am actually visiting someone. So I wouldn't be as blunt. I mean, they're still my parents. So yeah, so every weekend I'd actually visit a boyfriend. Oh, it was nice, great. He stayed with his cousin brother, who I got along very well with, and together with his girlfriend, the cousin brother's girlfriend. They were good people. Okay, so every weekend I'd actually get there, we'd have fun, like basic boyfriend and girlfriend setup. Girlfriend visits on weekends and Nandi, Okay, so time goes, and then I started noticing a change. Brother man. Brother man is not the same anymore. Like, what's happening? I'm not feeling you. Brother man, I'm not sure anything. When I ask, we would say, are we good? Is anything wrong? I said, no, we're fine, nothing's wrong. Like, guys, no, we're fine, everything's good. Okay, cool. We move on with life. One weekend, so he would work during weekends and I'd stay, right, in the house. So one weekend, I'm sitting there, how I'm like catching up. I think I used to catch up on my omnibus. I can't remember exactly what I was watching. Oh, guy calls me, right? Oh, guy calls me, says, I'm sorry, baby. Sorry, I got disturbed. Oh, guy calls and says, baby, you're gonna have to pack your stuff and leave and go back to campus because like my family is coming over. I'm like, so what? So what if your family comes over? I mean, they know me most. We know each other. So I'm puzzled now. I'm like, why? It's like, no, you're gonna have to leave because we're not supposed to actually be staying together. Wara 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 wara. Me being the 18-year-old that I was, I'm like, okay, fine. Okay, I'm gonna leave. At the same time, I'm asking myself, Oguti, but if the elders are coming to Joburg, why are they coming to his house? Because his uncle is just down the road, so they can just go visit at uncle's house because they know this house is the boy's house. So why would they come to this house? Huh? Okay, fine. Our boyfriend, I can't get my boyfriend into trouble, right? Can't get him into trouble. So sisters packs, and this is Saturday morning, mind you. Saturday morning, I arrived last night. Sisters packs impahla zakhe. I pack. I I leave. You know, so I leave. Excuse me. So I leave, and okay, fine. I don't speak to him that night. I go back to school. I in weekend and I don't speak to him. So I speak to him the next week. I mean, we all fine, it's good. The weekend was good with family. Okay, great. The next weekend I go. So I every weekend I go, and then I started noticing that every weekend I'd come and eat the bedding, I mean linen is dirty, like filthy dirty. And mind you, every weekend when I come I clean. I clean, I change bedding, I iron. So this weekend, hey guys, actually when I think about this, I went through shit and washing that linen with my own hands because there was no machine there, washing machine. So I'm surprised. I'm like, but why is linen so dirty? Because I changed linen last weekend. You know what brother man says? Brother man says it's his uncle. Uncle that is married and stays down the road, has a husband, has a wife. Oh, sorry, has a wife and kids and has a house. I'm like, but why would uncle come to this house in your room and do his things? Yeah, he's like, no, uncle's having a thingy-majiggy on the side, so he can't actually go home, so he comes here. I'm like, but uncle knows that I come here like every weekend, every other weekend. So why would he do this? Even if it does come get, why don't they change the linen and like, huh? No answer. Brother says no answer. Okay, fine. Goes on again. Time goes. I come back. Then now this is like a habit. I come back. It's dirty. I change. I wash. I iron. Come back. It's dirty. And now it's getting worse because I think it was his birthday. For his birthday, I had gotten him a picture of myself. So I put it in a frame, and he actually placed it just when you walk into his room. You can see it just there. Bam. But now when I come back on Fridays, my picture is not in the room. So I'm like, that's fishy. No, it's the linen. Now it's my picture. My picture is not in the room. So then I look all over the house. Guess where I find the picture? My picture. I find it in the cousin brother's room, under the bed. Like, guys, like, under the bed. I'm like, no, something fishy is going on here. So time comes. I don't ask. I take it out. I put it back where I know I normally place it when I clean, or where he actually placed it. I don't ask. Time goes by. Every weekend I come back, my picture's not there, linen is dirty. So that goes on for weeks. Because your girl is in love, and yo, guys, wait, let me take a sip. Appetizer, guys. It's appetizer. There's no alcohol during lockdown. Like, appetizer. Yo. So, that keeps happening. I'm trying not to make this video very long because I'm trying to summarize the story basically. So that happens. It doesn't stop. Even when I ask brother man comes up with so many excuses. Okay, fine. We move. And it gets worse. This one weekend I come back, the normal dirty linen, my picture's not there. Guess what's next? I find kitties bowls and those spoons, plastic spoons, those cute ones for kids, actually for infants. I'm like, why would you guys have this in this house? Because there are no kids here. It's just the two of you and girlfriends. Why would this be here? I get no explanation. Yeah? I get no explanation, guys. What about me? So, brother man. Okay, so now it's December. Fast forward, it's December. Actually, I think, yeah, it's December. We have to go home. Yeah, we have to go home because Naihi wasn't gonna work for the festive season, so we go home, and I'd spend Christmas at his house. I think in the morning I'd spend the day there. Christmas morning I'd be there. But before that, while we prepare few days before Christmas, while we're getting ready for Christmas, his phone rings. He's sitting just right next to me on the couch. His phone rings, he answers, and then when you're done answering a call, your phone doesn't go off immediately. There's still lights. He just puts it there, and there's a wallpaper. I look at this wallpaper. It's a child. It's a child's photo as his wallpaper. So then I ask myself, I'm like, oh, that's new, because normally that would be me. This time it's a child. So I'm like, wait, hold on. But luckily, because like guys, I can be calm if I want to be calm, because I'm not like that. I can hold myself if I have to, unless you've really messed up, then I'm gonna get in your pants. So I keep quiet and remember the best friend. The best friend is also in the house, right? So then we go to the kitchen. We go to the kitchen. Wow. We go to the kitchen. We're baking. So I low key ask the best friend. I'm like, friend, I saw Mang Mang's wallpaper. It's a baby. Whose baby is that? Guess what the friend says? Says it's the cousin brother's baby. I'm like, cousin brother's baby. But the cousin is stuck in the baby over there is like light skinned, and that's how brother man looks like, is yellow bone, guys. And to top it on, brother man has like his facial features and frame is very unique. So the baby has the very same features, and I could actually figure out that's his baby. But the best friend, I think that's the reason why I actually don't have best friends. Because like guys, I can't trust best friend. Because I think she was supposed to say something. I know it's a brother, but maybe it wasn't her place. But story for another day. So friend says no, cousin brother's baby. I'm like, okay, cool. My heart dropped, guys. My first of mood disappeared. I was like, oh guys, I gotta go. I need to go home. I went home, guys. I left. The first thing I do, I tell my mother, because I just couldn't keep it inside me. So I'm like, Mom, no, this is what's happening. My mom is like, you know what's happening. You do know what's happening. So my mom tells it like it is. Like, it is what you're thinking. So I keep quiet. I'm like, okay, Mom. Okay, fine. Because I'm in love, I brush it off. I'm like, I let it slide. Imagine, guys, a whole human being. I let it slide. Come January, we have to go back to Joburg and school. First weekend I go visit, then nothing happens, and then a few weekends after that, the cousin brother's girlfriend is there. So cousin brother's girlfriend calls me and says, I need to tell you something. I'm like, oh sure, because like I mean we talk about stuff all the time. So she calls me, we sit, she's like, you're a very very nice girl, and I don't think you deserve this. I'm like, oh girl, what you talking about now? Like, what's up? Girl is like, you know these things you've been picking up, because I had asked her. I was like, but whose little bowls are these? Whose little spoons are these? Who eats with these in this house now? Why are you guys using this? What's going on? So she was like, hey, Nami, I have no idea. I don't know whose are these. Okay. So now she comes out. She's like, you know what? These little bowls you've been finding, these little spoons you've been these little things you've been finding, and you've been asking around everybody what's happening, and nobody's telling you the truth. And now I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna plate it for you. Okay. Oh, okay. What's happening? I get worried now. She says, I know at the back of your mind you actually know what's happening. I'm like, no, man. Don't tell me it's what I'm thinking. She's like, yeah, he has a baby. I'm like, who? Your boyfriend has a baby. Have an infant, in fact. They have a newborn. I'm like, they have a newborn. I'm like, yeah. I think that previous weekend I wasn't around. I could not come for whatever reason that he gave me. So I wasn't there the previous weekend. So she tells me that that previous weekend the whole family was there. I mean, the baby, and him. They were all big family enjoying the new baby. Hence, I had to find these little things in the kitchen. I'm like, what? My heart was racing. Imagine, guys, this is my first boyfriend, so I'm I'm in love. I am swimming in love. Swimming. And I couldn't even swim by then, but I was swimming in love. So, okay, my heart races. Oh my God. You know when it actually goes, or it actually drops down to your stomach. That's how I felt. So then, okay, so girl actually tells me all these stories now, you know. So finally, a girl tells me all these stories, tells me exactly what happened. Okay, fine. So I'm like, okay, then it explains that wallpaper of a baby that looks exactly like him, and they lied to me. So I tell girlfriend, and like, so they lied to me. I did see the picture and I asked. They all said it's your boyfriend's child. Girl, hey, I was so in love. I was blinded. You know when they say you are blinded by love? That was me. Beng balangak. You know, Benilla. This is all in love. This is all in love. So yeah, okay. So I'm like, okay, thank you for telling me. I appreciate it. I text guy. I'm like, please come back home as soon as you knock off. I need to speak to you. We need to talk. So I do the whole we need to talk. So then he comes back. It's like, okay, cool. He comes back. Uh, excuse me. He goes to the brother man's bedroom first. I'm like, I say we need to talk and you do that first. Hey, okay. So I guess I want to know, man. This something completely wrong here. Akangiboni, he doesn't see me. Right? He doesn't see me. So I wait. I'm like, I'm not gonna lose it. I'm just, oh guys, I was so calm about it. I was hurt. I was boiling. But I was so calm about it. I'm like, okay, fine, I'm gonna wait for him to actually come to me. So finally he does. He does come to the bedroom. So he's like, okay, what? I'm like, ooh, wow. Okay. So he gets in bed. He's like, okay, you said you want to talk. What's up? So I'm like, this is what I'm hearing. And this is what I've been hearing. And this is what I've been saying. So he says, so? I'm like, what do you mean so? So I tell the story as it is, as I was told. He finally admits, he's like, yeah, it happened, but it's not what you think. He says, it's not what you think. So I'm like, what do you mean it's not what I think? He says, remember I had told you that I have medical problems, and was like, yeah. He had told me that he actually consulted with the doctor and had some medical problems, and he told him if he wants babies, he should have babies right now and right there. But I was still in school, so I was like, just get more opinions just to confirm this condition of yours, because I wasn't there. So that's where we were with this medical condition that he has. So he brings it up, like, you remember that condition. I actually went and got a fourth opinion, and they said the same thing. I'm like, okay. So I decided I'm gonna go have. I decided. He says I decided. I'm gonna go have. I'm gonna go do artificial insemination. Girl is 18. I am just 18. I don't know what that is. I'm like, huh? So he explains to me. I'm like, what the? Couldn't you just tell me what exactly is happening and that you want a baby? Couldn't just say you want a baby and we could have a discussion and see what can we do. In fact, guys, I think I was ready to have a baby with him. Even then, I was only 18. I was 19 then. I was 19. I could have had a baby with him if the condition was that serious, which I think he actually lied about that condition. It did not exist. There was no problem. He just wanted a baby. He just didn't tell me. So then he goes and goes and goes with the story, and explains artificial insemination. I look at him and I ask one question. I'm like, so what do you want us to do? What do you still want us? Guess what Brother Min says? Let me take a sip before I tell you what Brother Man said. Brother Man says, I don't know. Right there and then I was like, well, I know. I'm done. If you don't know, if you've messed up like this and you say you don't know, I'm gonna tell you what's what. I'm done. I'm done. I am done. I'm done with this. But I didn't say it with this attitude pela. I was so calm then. What pela manju? When you tell a story, you put spices and cabbages and all that and all that. But I was so calm. I was like, okay, then that means we're done. I couldn't leave because it was at night. I couldn't leave to go back to campus. So we slept. He woke up in the morning. Okay, so then I was spiteful because the plan was I wake him up in the morning when he goes to work. And I decided not to wake him up that morning, guys. I was angry. I was upset and hurt. I decided not to wake him up, so he was late. Like, yeah, serves you right. So then he left without saying anything. I woke up. I remember that promise ring. The promise ring he gave me. I still had it. So I took it off and left it on the counter in his bedroom, and I packed my stuff and left. Let me tell you how long and horrible the journey to Soshanguve was back to campus. I was crying the whole way in a taxi, guys. In a taxi. I'm passing money on four. Like, guys. Hey. So then we broke up with the Brother Man. I got to school. I cried, guys. I cried. That's the thing with me. Once I cry about a breakup, I cry, and I get over it. I cry a lot. Once, just a lot, and then I'm over you. So then that's what happens with the Brother Man, and that was my first boyfriend with Artificial Insermination. Don't they kill me the second time, but I'm gonna be back for that one. The next time I'm gonna tell you what the second one did. This is now the second boyfriend after him. Now he did his own thing. He killed me. He did the parts, not the good parts though. But that's the next time. On the next story time video that I'm gonna film, I might just tell you what happened. But that's my story time. It's gonna be a very long video, but that's my story time. That was some story. That was it with the Brother Man. I never, actually with the friend, we're not friends anymore because everything was just a mess and we stopped being friends. And unfortunately, I don't have best friends anymore. I have good friends that I love. I love you guys. And that was it. Oh, and then I saw Brother Man. Mind you, we're from the same town, but we hardly see each other. The one time I saw him, he did not know what to do with himself. And okay, was like, okay. But it is what it is now. We've grown, and I'm fine. He was older than me anyway, so we're good. Not that we're good friends, we're good people, but he tried to text me the other day and was like, delete, block. But you guys, that was my story time. That's my story with my first boyfriend and what actually happened. And I hope the next one, and I hope you'll be back here for the next one, because I love telling stories, because I add spices spices and all these gestures. But yeah, thank you very much guys for tuning in, and if of course you've watched right through the end, please subscribe, because clearly you love these stories of mine. Please subscribe, like, and comment. If you want to know anything about me, comment and share, and click that notification button for when I upload more videos. Thank you. See you next.